You bastards aren't afraid of the dark, are you? Here is Riddick Bandit role-playing starter build. I'm going to update it for mid and end game when more stuff has been unlocked. This build consists of stuff acquired in Limgrave. Offensively quite potent versus anything that can bleed, but very squishy and requires full concentration and good enough dodge. No magic, just me and my 2 daggers. Before we start, I would advise using fast rune farming method that is published on the channel to get around level 35-40. Shouldn't take long considering you can farm around 4000 to 5000 runes a minute. Alright, so setup is very simple. Dual Dagger and Great Knife, that is Bandit's starting weapon. Before you ask me, don't know where to get Great Knife besides starting as Bandit. Dual Dagger location can be found here as a reward from killing NPC Invader. Dual Dagger Ash of War is amazing and it cannot be changed anyway. Great Knife Ash of War should be exchanged to anything that has keen version. Quickstep, for example, has keen option. These 2 daggers work amazing together because they both have blood loss build-up that does massive damage. Without blood loss, damage is low, but we have other solutions for bosses that are immune to it. In place of daggers, something like Twin Blade, Uchigatana or Shortbow work amazing. Shortbow is especially good versus some bosses where dual dagger playstyle just doesn't work. Armor can be any, as long as it doesn't increase equipment load to medium. This is agile character that relies on invincibility frames during rolls, and that is why you have to be decent at dodging to play this build. Versus some bosses, tougher armor can be equipped and load increased to medium to reduce incoming damage a bit. Must have charm is Arsenal after it has been obtained because it increases equipment load. It is acquired after defeating Godric by talking to Nefeli at Round Table Hold. Second charm is interchangeable. One option is Assassin's Crimson Dagger that restores HP from critical hits. Great against everything but most bosses. Unfortunately, this dual dagger playstyle don't have an ability to perform critical hits against bosses by breaking posture or parrying. So against bosses I would advise either HP medallion or something that increases the resistance useful for next big boss encounter. Primary stat to level early on is endurance. We need that equipment load for extra defense while retaining light load. Secondary stats are vigor and dexterity. Tertiary is mind to increase focus gauge a bit. Important thing to know is how to use combos with 2 daggers. By pressing left quick attack button L1 or LB, flurry of strikes is performed. Benefit of this is that by hitting enemy many times in a row, blood loss will occur more frequently. Problem is animation. It has short reach and can often put player in trouble because it takes a while to finish whole combo. My advice would be to start combos with 1 right quick attack and finish with 1 or 2 presses of left quick attack. Practice that a bit, as it is important to know when to stop attacking and start dodging. Starting with right quick attack makes it easier to land left quick attack flurry, so that is the reason why we are using right quick attack first. Get Flask of Wondrous Physic as soon as possible and add Opaline Bubble Tear to the mix. This grants shield that negates first damage received. To make most out of it, rush boss at the beginning and do your best to apply first blood loss as soon as possible and then switch to more methodical approach. If boss is extremely problematic for melee style, use short bow. It can be used efficiently against most bosses. I would advise buying kukris and throwing daggers to use in combat, it helps tremendously. This merchant has infinite supply of kukris, so stock up. They do decent amount of damage. That would be all for this starter roleplay build. It can be quite powerful but also very annoying as we are constantly dancing at the edge of life and death. Practice dodging and don't be afraid to switch to twin blade uchikatana or short bow against blood loss immune enemies. Anyway, that would be all. Check description for Patreon and Subscribe star links if you find my channel helpful, and see you soon with more guides.